What's good people, and welcome to the Silly, Nerdy, Sometimes Wordy podcast. And I'm your host, BK, and this is episode 43. Really late 2024 NFL Draft, first round QB thoughts, with a focus on the New England Patriots. And this episode, I'll be covering my thoughts on the 2024 NFL Draft, focusing on the New England Patriots first round QB selection, Jerod Mayo, and what he's walking into, weapons, the division, and the situation that he has with a new coaching staff. No nerdy notes on this episode, so we'll get right into it. What's going on, everybody? I hope you all are doing very, very well this week. Back with another episode here, talking more late NFL draft, focusing on those first round QBs. So, we are talking about the New England Patriots. Quite the situation this quarterback is coming into. So, the New England Patriots, they have a lot going on. They had a high draft pick, new coaching staff. That means no more Bill Belichick. He is gone. And let's talk about it. So they had the number 3 overall pick, and they decided to draft quarterback Jerod Mayo out of the University of North Carolina. So what is he walking into? As I just said, he's walking into a new coaching staff, and not only a brand new coaching staff, but this is going to be a first-time head coach in Jerod Mayo. Jerod Mayo is a former New England Patriot player. He was a linebacker, edge rusher for many years for the Patriots, played on many of those Belichick team. He has at least one Super Bowl, I believe. And he then became a linebacker defensive coach, which he has been for the last couple of years. So this quarterback will be working with a first-time head coach. The quarterback previously was Mac Jones, first-round pick. However, prior to the draft, he has been traded to the the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mac Jones has been traded to Jacksonville Jaguars, making room for Jerod Mayo. So let's look at the weapons that he has. And I'll say, and a lot of people have said around the league, insiders and analysts, not good weapons. And I would agree with them. The wide receivers. Returning, they have re-signed Kendrick Bourne and Juju Smith-Schuster. In terms of additions, Jalen Reagor, and they signed KJ Osborne, free agent coming over from the Minnesota Vikings. And then they drafted Jalen Polk, rookie, a wide receiver out of the University of Washington. I believe he was their second-round pick. So that is the wide receiver room. And as you can see there is no alpha number 1 put the fear in you wide receiver in that group. There is not that. Maybe the rookie Jalen Polk can develop into that. Maybe he can become the number 1 guy. But in this wide receiver group, there are a bunch of number 2s, good role players. Everyone does a little something different, a little speed. But there is no alpha number 1 guy in this group, in my opinion. I think in a lot of people's opinions. But that is the wide receiver room that he has, that he's going to be working with. And then the tight end room. In the tight end room, he has Hunter Henry. They re-signed him. Austin Hooper, they brought him over from free agency, and also Mitchell Wilcox. And then they drafted Jaheim Bell in the 7th round. So that is the tight end room. Going on to the running back room, pretty solid there, I would say. Ramondre Stevenson, I think he's going to be the lead dog. He's been pretty solid these last few years in New England. They signed Antonio Gibson, free agent back, and then also Michael Hasty as well. So I think a solid group of running backs there. The quarterback room that Drake Maye will be in, they signed free agent Jacoby Brissett. Of course, Jacoby started his career in New England backing up Tom Brady, so a little bit of a homecoming for him. They also have Bailey Zappi. He's been there the last couple years. He started multiple games. And also they drafted quarterback Joe Milton in round 6 of the draft out of the University of Tennessee. So I would say a good, solid quarterback room for Drake Maye to learn from Jacoby Brissett and a recent young guy in Bailey Zappi. And we'll see how that quarterback room goes. In terms of the offensive line, I mentioned previously from the previous episode, per player profile website, they have their rankings and tiers. And like the Washington Commanders, the New England Patriots also fall in the average and forgettable tier. The Patriots were 9th in sacks allowed. They gave up 48. So that's a little bit better than 65 and what the Commanders gave up. But 48 is still not good, but better. And then I mentioned that this is a new coaching staff, a first-time head coach. So we'll see how this is going to be going. And then let's talk about the AFC East, the division that they're in. Very tough division. Of course, you have the Buffalo Bills, who have kind of taken over that top spot from New England. They've been the dominant team in the division the last few years. The Miami Dolphins have established themselves, have come on strong as well. So they will be right there contending as well. The New York Jets, they should be a contender as well, so long as they can keep Aaron Rodgers healthy, as well as the offensive line staying healthy. So they, I believe, will still be finishing last in the division. And in terms of them getting to the playoffs, I personally don't see that. I don't even think they can contend for a wild card spot. I think they just need to see good, steady improvement from Drake Maye to know that they have their quarterback, and then they can start to get weapons for this young quarterback and build this team out. But it's just not a good situation, I believe, for a young quarterback. Not a lot of good weapons. But hey, maybe he can make them better. So we'll see how it goes. Don't know the plan for him. I don't believe he has been named the starter. It's too early anyway. But some rare instances, they do name the quarterback the starter already. So we'll see how that goes. Still got training camp, which is about a month and a half, nearly 2 months away. But tough division that's going to be. And the AFC is tough overall. So, yeah, this is going to be a rough year for the Patriots. But who knows? Maybe they'll surprise me. And I don't see a good season coming on. They could be looking at being in the potential top 10 draft pick or maybe top 15. But, that's why they play the game. So we'll see how it goes. Those are my thoughts on the New England Patriots and them drafting young quarterback Drake Maye out of the University of North Carolina. We will see how this season goes. Of course, we still have training camp. We still have cut days that come on, so which will be in August for them to get down to the 53-man roster. So we'll be looking. We'll see how the preseason goes. See how much will Drake Maye play in the preseason. Will he play at all? I think he will. But we'll see how this is going to go. I'm interested to see how their games are how they're going to play out. How competitive are they going to be? How many games do they end up winning? So will there be some surprises? Who knows? But that's all I have for you on this episode of the podcast. Please check me out on Spotify and Pandora and Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcasts. Give me a listen and a download, comment, follow, subscribe. Would really appreciate it. I thank you for all of those that are continuing to listen, both domestically and internationally. Thank you very much. Tell a friend. And that's all for today. And until next time, we will talk soon.